Our third contestant is Oltesh Thobias, and the title of his speech is Round and Round. Round and Round, Oltesh Thobias.
Why is the planet round? Why do cars have round wheels? Why is a soccer football round? When a man falls in love and wants to communicate his emotional feelings, he goes round and round before he gets to the point. I've watched round objects for a while, and I observed that when you push a round object, it does not fall, but it rolls. When you hit a round object against a wall, it bounces back. And when you hold a round object, it is nimble, it is agile. Without roundedness, movement of cars, of a ball, will be restricted. Can you imagine, for example, a car with square wheels? A football with a rectangular shape? It's awkward, right? I saw an advert a few days. We are looking for a well-rounded individual to take up the marketing position in our fast-growing organization. And I wondered, who is a well-rounded person? And when I looked up, it means someone who's knowledgeable, someone who is experienced, and has several characteristics and qualities that are required in today's business world. Contest chair, Toastmasters, guests. I want to share with you a few ideas on how to attain roundedness in your life. 1, accept. I have always wanted to work for an international organization that has global presence. And after writing hundreds of applications, that opportunity came. I was invited for an interview. I prepared. I did about 15 interview simulations with friends, with work colleagues, with my family, even with my 3-year-old daughter. And of course, with a few members from Toastmasters. I was ready. That job was mine. I went through the interview. First round, I passed. Second round, I passed. Third round, guess what? I passed. Only in my head. When the results were communicated to me, it said, Oltesh, your experience, your knowledge is of the highest quality. But, have you heard that but? We had someone who had a better mix, who was well-rounded more than you. I was distraught, I was disappointed, and I was frustrated. But after a few weeks, I realized that, you know what? Life has to move on. So I decided to move on. I would also encourage you that roundedness is about accepting the things that you cannot control and move on. Secondly, adapt. I was fortunate enough to be hired by a bilingual organization. And one of the qualities that was written in the job description, ability to communicate in English, written and oral, and a knowledge of working in a French-speaking environment. So the first day when I joined the organization, my boss called me and said, Oltesh, I want you to take up this position in a permanent committee as a secretary or as a rapporteur. So I showed up for the first meeting with confidence. The meeting started. The first member of the committee spoke. I took down all the notes. The second member spoke. I wrote each and every word. When the third member spoke, I froze. And I said, Mr. Chair, can you kindly ask Mr. Dupont to communicate in English because I'm the secretary? To which he responded, Oltesh, this is a bilingual institution. Monsieur Dupont, vous pouvez continuer. Mr. Dupont, proceed. I had to swim or sink. I had to learn French. That is how I survived in a period of 5 years in that environment. Roundedness is about adapting. It's about adjusting to your environment. It could be your market. It could be your customers. It could be your competitors. You have to adjust. The third one is about getting out of your comfort zone. I grew up in a landlocked town. We did not have pools, we did not have lakes, we did not have oceans. But I thought that it is time for me to learn how to swim. Fortunately, we were invited for a pool party. My daughters, my wife, our nanny joined that party. I was on my swimming shorts, and being the dad, I lead by examples. I jumped to the deepest part of the pool. And they say water is life. But that day, water nearly sucked life out of me. Our nanny, I thank her till today, saved my life. We all have red blood cells, which are normally round in shape. When red blood cells change their shape, you get a condition called sickle cells. You get fatigue, your vision gets impaired, even your growth is impaired. Now, when you lose roundedness in life, that's exactly what you end up with. So I would like to remind each and every one of us in this room today that when life pushes you, just roll, don't fall. When life hits you against the wall, bounce back. When life holds you, maintain that agility. Be nimble, because that's where success is. Contest chair.